Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a sweet little girl who was loved by everyone who knew her. She wore a red cloak with a hood, so people called her Little Red Riding Hood. One morning her mother said, "Grandmother is ill. Please take this basket of bread and cakes to her. Remember, go straight there and don't talk to strangers." Little Red Riding Hood promised, "I will, Mother." She set off cheerfully through the forest, carrying the basket. The sun shone, the birds sang, and Little Red Riding Hood stopped to pick some flowers. Suddenly, a wolf appeared from behind a tree. "Good morning, little girl," he said smoothly. "Where are you going?" She forgot her mother's warning and answered, "I'm going to visit my grandmother. She lives in a little house at the end of the path." The wolf's eyes gleamed with a wicked plan. "What a lovely day! Why not pick some more flowers for her?" he suggested. As Little Red Riding Hood wandered off, the wolf ran quickly down the path to Grandmother's cottage. He knocked on the door. "Who's there?" called Grandmother. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood," the wolf replied, pretending to be the girl. Grandmother opened the door, and the wolf leapt inside. With one gulp, he swallowed her whole, then put on her nightcap and glasses and climbed into her bed. Soon after, Little Red Riding Hood arrived. She tapped on the door. "Come in, my dear," said the wolf, trying to sound like Grandmother. Little Red Riding Hood stepped inside and was surprised. "Grandmother, what big eyes you have!" she exclaimed. "All the better to see you with, my dear," replied the wolf. "And Grandmother, what big ears you have!" "All the better to hear you with, my dear." "But Grandmother, what big teeth you have!" "All the better to eat you with," roared the wolf. He jumped out of bed and swallowed Little Red Riding Hood in one big gulp. Then, full and satisfied, he lay down to sleep. Luckily, a woodcutter was passing by the cottage. He heard loud snores and thought something was wrong. He rushed inside and saw the wolf asleep in Grandmother's bed. "Ha ha, you wicked creature!" he shouted. With his axe, he carefully cut open the wolf's belly. Out popped Grandmother and Little Red Riding Hood, safe and alive. They filled the wolf's stomach with heavy stones and sewed it shut. When the wolf woke, he tried to run away, but the stones were so heavy that he fell down and never bothered anyone again. Little Red Riding Hood hugged her grandmother tightly. "I will never talk to strangers again," she promised. Her grandmother smiled. "That's a good lesson to learn, my dear." From that day on, Little Red Riding Hood was always careful when walking through the forest. She listened to her mother's advice, and she and her grandmother lived happily and safely ever after.